The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 80 with Days Indoors. Rock Metal Nation, what is up? This is John from the Rock Metal Podcast. That sample you just heard was End of the Road by Days Indoors, who I've got on the show with me right now. They're a pop rock band from London, England. We're going to be listening to that song as well as one other while finding out more information about the band. Jean-Marc, welcome to the show.
Hi, hello. What? Hello, John.
Jean-Marc, comment ça va?
Ça va très très bien. Merci beaucoup. Et toi?
Je vais bien.
Awesome to be on your show. Thank you.
Well, you are quite welcome, sir. A pleasure to have you on. As I mentioned before in the pre-roll, and this is probably going to be a shock for Rock Metal Nation as well, the first pop rock band to be on the show, but, like I said, great freaking music, so that's why you are here today, sir.
It's great to hear. Thank you very much. Really happy to be there, John.
Yep. All right, let's go and listen back to that track, End of the Road. All right, come back from End of the Road. Great track. What is the story or inspiration behind End of the Road?
So End of the Road could seem, as a pop rock band, could seem as a love story where, sometimes you hit the end of the road, a bump, a hurdle, but it's also about life. When sometimes you go down, it's time, you have a little epiphany in your life, and then you can resurrect from this. So you hit the end of the road, you hit the end of the day, something didn't go your way, something didn't go right, but you need to take a breath, start believing, you start again, and every time you go down, you go up. It's like one step back for a few steps up. So it could be a love story, but it's about life in general. It's never stop. Whatever you take it in the chin and carry on, and your life is going to go better and better and better.
Fantastic. Was there anything unique about the writing process when you guys were working on End of the Road?
Well, I mean, the writing process, what I really like, I mean, obviously, I write all the songs, and what I really like about writing songs is when it comes naturally. And I try never to push the writing. For me, a song it needs to come. It needs to come. I don't mean you're not going to work on it a lot, but it needs to be like a flash. It needs to be something will just come out, and then you write the song. You've got a basic structure of the song, and then when Gonzalo came with the riff of the guitar, I mean, I absolutely love this riff, and we said we're gonna keep the riff as simple as possible and get this going throughout the whole song, and the bass on top, and obviously Joe's voice. I love Joe's voice to bits. So yeah, keep it really simple and make sure you just don't tarnish the song.
Just don't screw it up, guys.
Exactly. Just don't try and overcomplicate it.
Yeah. No, speaking of which, that kind of brings you to the next question is, you mentioned keeping the riff as simple as possible, keeping the music as simple as possible. Now, is that like a common tactic? Does that just come from years of having written songs? I guess my big question is basically just, you mentioned keep it simple. Like what led you to write songs in such a way?
Like you said, it takes a little bit of experience, and also it's. I used to be in a band before. You know, we were talking about the song "End of the Road." Sometimes you hit a hurdle, you want to stop and start again. I used to be in a band before where we needed like 3 or 4 months to write a song, and I was going nuts because in the background we had like 10 songs. You see, so I'd rather like write 15 songs, keep 1 or 2, and then move on, because every day is an experience. Every day you learn something, you exchange something, you communicate, you take your guitar, your bass, and you write a story about a moment frozen in time. So I think it's more about experience and really trying to cut to the chase. And when you write a song, make it simple, people want simple thing to understand, simple story to understand. So I think this is more about a personal choice, and like I've said, something that comes out, a story you live every day, and that's what you're going to put in your guitar, in your drums, in your song.
Yeah, I like that. Write a story about a moment frozen in time. Now, there's a music video for End of the Road. So Rock Metal Nation, if you dug the track that we just were chatting about, End of the Road, if you go to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca, as a bonus, you can go and see the music video for End of the Road. Now, massive question for you. Now, when you take a song and you've got all these feelings, these emotions, a storyline bound up in the song with End of the Road, obviously it's those epiphanies in life, that ability to resurrect. How did that translate to the music video? When we watch the music video, what's the story behind the storyline of the music video?
So the music video for the first song, End of the Road, again, it's a bit like the music. We try and keep it simple. Obviously, we are not to forget that we are an unsigned band, so we have to have a limited budget, but we try to keep it very simple. And for the first video, we kept the band in circle in a room, very intimate. It's a bit like talking to each other, so it's a bit like and then you're gonna have some video of a road in very speed motion, different motions, I mean upside down, being split. So we really wanted to give this intimate moment with the band, like in a circle talking to each other, and also in between all those little road, those moments, those little time frozen, connection frozen in time. So that's what we tried to give in the video of End of the Road.
Cool stuff. All right, let's go and listen to the next track, Mesmeric.
Will you ever learn if there's another place to heal the hurt? Can we ever learn to find a better way to change the world? And we turn, yes we turn, as the music plays we turn. With these words, we're watching the fire, we wait for the fire. here and wait for the fire to burn, to burn. We're living and dying, we wait for the pages. We're living and dying, we wait for the pages. We're living and dying, we wait for the pages to turn, to turn. And we burn, we
All right, coming back. Simple question for you. What's the story or inspiration behind Mesmeric?
Mesmeric. First of all, I do love the song title, Mesmering. It's like Mesmeric. It's I don't know. It's a bit spiritual, you know. And I could go on for hours and hours. Particularly, I don't know at the moment. 2016 was a big year for us. I'm not going to go into politics, religions, or whatever happened, but it's like you know, we get transfixed into this every day, into our little routine, into doing the same thing, hearing the same thing, meditation of the world, and it's giving to us. But Mesmeric is a little bit like, man, don't we learn of what we're doing? Don't we appreciate that we're going to be able to do things better and make the world a better place, just starting from us? Okay, so it's a little bit like every day we, in the song you've got we turn and we turn, yes, we turn. Yes, we are turning every day, but we need to learn to heal the world in a better way. So it's a bit spiritual. It's like another day, another place. Let's not repeat everything all the time. Let's not get transfixed into this kind of situation. Let's try and move all together and learn from what we've done, because a lot of things that we see every day, we've done it already. We know the answers. We know how to move forward. So let's do it, starting from us. Okay, so that's a bit of a spiritual message.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you mentioned some spiritual transfixation, and it goes, back to, I'm trying to remember the guy's name that the word actually comes from. I think his name was something Mesmer. But either way, being mesmerized is essentially being in this state of where you're just entirely almost out of body experience in a sense. I'm just kind of curious, like, how did the name of the track come to be? Was there something in mind just with, I guess, at the beginning you guys like, hey, spiritual transfixation, and then why don't we call it essentially being mesmerized? Is that how the name of the track came to be?
Because I was at the time I was reading a book from Eckhart Tolle on A New Earth. Mm-hmm. So Eckhart Tolle is a spiritual writer, and I was reading a book, and then I took the guitar, and plenty of images were coming to me, plenty of little, words from spiritual world. So I said, "Why do we call it mesmeric?" And I looked in the dictionary, and it was actually a word. I thought it would have to be mesmerized, but then mesmeric came up. So that's a little bit the idea behind this, yeah. Beyond the track, yeah.
Fantastic. Because interestingly enough, I heard the song and I was like, fantastic song. But I was like, is that a word?
Me too.
I was like, I'm like, I identify the root word and I know what it has to do with. And I was listening to the lyrics. I'm like, okay, I got it. But are they trying to be poetic or whatever? But no, it's a real word, so fantastic. And A New Earth, one of my favorite books actually by Eckhart Tolle, lives actually just over the mountains in Vancouver, BC, which is cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Aside from like reading some prolific literature and then really diving into those deep spiritual concepts, was there anything else unique about the process in writing the track?
Everything unique. Again, I think it's a little bit at end of the road. Mesmeric is a very simple song to start with, but the beautiful thing of this is how simple, when you play it on the guitar, how simple the stuff is, and then when you translate it to the band, it takes this amazing energy with the drums really starting, like hitting the tracks, and then this little riff that Gonzalo wrote on the guitars. And I think it really goes with the title of the song, Mesmeric. Something like I'm not going to say something magical happened, because it's our band, and I would love to think that every song is magical, but it's really special. It's really special that when you start from this very simple 2 chord or 3 chords, and you come to this big song, really driven, lots of energy, and the message, I think, comes across really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What exciting news you guys have coming up for Rock Metal Nation to pay attention to?
Some news is we are promoting the band. We're just starting the promotion of the album. Okay, so the album is going to be called 2 Feet Under. Again, coming from a little bit of spiritual messaging behind the name of the album, which should be 2 feet under the same earth. So we are the same on the same planet. The album is going to be released in autumn. The date is the 1st of December, so we're starting with End of the Road, which is being promoted on the radios. We got a video coming at the end of toward the middle of October. Then we got another single called Shade, which is gonna come. It's gonna be released in November, and the video is gonna follow up. And at the moment we have an unbelievable response to the first single, and I hope it's going to carry on.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Rock Metal Nation, we've got an album coming out called 2 Feet Under, and that's going to be released on the 1st of December. So first, you've definitely heard End of the Road. You've had a bit of a teaser here with the second track. Now, in November, there's going to be a new single release called Shade with a music video to follow as well. So therefore, the next logical question for Rock Metal Nation listening in is there a website that they should go to so that they can keep in touch with what is going on with you guys?
Absolutely. So we are present on all the social networks. Our website is daysindoors.com. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reverb Nation, YouTube, and all you have to do is just put Days Indoors at the end. So that's going to be twitter.com/daysindoors, facebook.com/daysindoors, instagram.com/daysindoors, and YouTube as well. And also, if you go on our website, daysindoors.com, you scroll down, you're going to have a link to go and download End of the Road for free.
Whoa, okay, so Rock Metal Nation, if you go ahead and go to daysindoors.com, if you go to the bottom of that webpage, you're going to find a link to go and download End of the Road, which is the first track that we heard today, and the one that has the music video on today's show notes for free. So I had to hear that one a second time. I just replayed it in my head. I was like, well, that's fantastic. It's gonna be, if you really dug what you heard today, that's going to be really cool. Also, as well, if you're on social media, we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Reverb Nation, and YouTube. Just go ahead and search for Days Indoors. Or if you just want to go to facebook.com/Days Indoors, twitter.com/Days Indoors. Either way, just search for Days Indoors. You'll be able to stay in touch with everything social media. If you really want to go to their website, go to daysindoors.com. And like I said, there's a link at the bottom to go ahead and download End of the Road for free. So, Jean-Marc, unless there's anything else you'd like to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on to the Rock Metal Podcast and sharing your creativity with Rock Metal Nation.
John, thank you very much, and thank you to the Rock Metal Podcast and all your fans for listening to us. Thank you.
Will you ever learn if there's another place that
All right, Rock Metal Nation, hope you just found your new favorite band in Days Indoors. Big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.